the story I came up with was hiking Timp. It was sort of like a crazy, just random thing. So it was like one of those funny random times where I've just been doing these random mutual days just for the fun of it, just to get out at night. I've just been going on a lot of them.
Mhm.
And this one girl, we went to Swig, and we were drinking Swig, and she told me about that her and her friends were just about to go hike Timp the next day. And I don't remember exactly how this came up, but that was like um, one of my goals for this summer was I wanted to make it out to the Salt Flats, and I wanted to hike Timp. It was a totally spur of the moment go at that time, and yeah, it was kind of crazy. So it was that night. I met her on a Thursday, and we went on a Friday night. So it was like the next day they had this plan, and so naturally I was not the most prepared. I had like work the next day and school, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare. So my bag ended up being extremely big and heavy. My diet hadn't been super good for hiking up to that point. And so yeah, we get started at 1:30 in the morning, and we start hiking up to the top of Timp. Yeah, I mean, this is basically what it's like when you're hiking Timp. It's just a steep hill the whole time. And I thought hiking Timp was going to be easy. In my head, I just thought, oh, everybody goes it. It's the freshman thing. Like, I'm tough at this point. I can make something like that. And wow, we were about a mile and a half from the top, and I just burned out. I think it was mostly just my diet was rough at the time, but yeah, a mile and a half from the top, I just got super dizzy and got to the point where I couldn't stand. I was sort of like just all over the place. So I sort of sat on a rock. Everybody else continued on, and I just had the only food I had with me was like backpacker food, so it needed water to be reheated and that sort of stuff, and I didn't want to set up a stove. So I just munched on dry oatmeal, like one of those Quaker brown sugar maple packets, just munched on that. And it actually did the trick. As bad as that sounds, it tasted fine on the trail, because obviously everything in the mountains tastes a little bit better. Yeah, anyways, but yeah, that gave me enough energy, and then I got to the point where I think it was just as fast as I could metabolize the sugar, I could walk. And if I went faster than that, I got like super sick all of a sudden, but as long as I was slower than that, I was fine. So I went like baby steps up that last mile and a half to the top of Timp, and I made it there just as sunrise was happening, just as the sun hit the top, and so that was super rewarding. Yes, making it to the top of Timp, even though like it was a struggle, like that last mile and a half, like I was totally on my own. Everybody else moved on. If anything, it was a little bit embarrassing to be the one in the group that fell behind. Yeah, I hate to be the straggler, but in the end I did make it, and that was a very nice personal accomplishment.